Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenze and you're watching Get Germanized, Growing Up in Germany in the 80s/90s Part 2.
All on board, what should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Today, sadly, without Vlog Dave. Last time I had a guest on this show. It was really great. We talked about lots of different issues. For example, our favorite experiences, our favorite memories from the kindergarten time and school time in growing up in the 80s and 90s. Also favorite TV shows in the 80s, 90s, video games, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to link the first part in the video description. You can watch that first if you want, and also have Vlog Dave in that. And what we're going to talk about today, well, I'm going to recap a little bit what I forgot to talk about last time, what we forgot to talk about. Also, I'm gonna have new points, lots of cool stuff coming up, so definitely stay tuned. Today I'm gonna try to drive through a more crowded area again, because last time, as you saw, well, the landscape wasn't, well, populated, to say the least. Like, it was no man's land basically, which is fine for once, because I tried to animate it a little bit and make it more interesting. Let me know what you thought about that, if you appreciate that, or if you just want the landscape, even if it's boring, you know. But I mean, it's Germany. Not all of Germany is pretty houses and pretty oh, that's a hitchhiker. Okay, that's strange. I usually don't take hitchhikers with me, but maybe we'll make an exception this time for this dude here. Oh, that looks actually like the perfect guest for our show, so I don't have to do it alone. It's great. Let's welcome him. Hey,
hello.
Yeah. What do you want?
Can I like drive with you and like?
Yeah, sure. Like, you have to help me with my video though.
Such a cool. Oh,
if that's okay.
Oh, you're like a YouTuber.
I am. I'm making a video about growing up in Germany in the 80s, 90s. Can you help me with that, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Ah,
yeah.
Sounds perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay.
Nice.
Welcome.
I think I've seen you before.
Yeah, you look familiar too. I'm not sure where, but I mean, I'm glad that I found someone that I can do this video with, because it isn't easy these days, you know, getting all the information. I'm just one person. I grew up in Germany, but maybe other people have more experiences. I mean, you grew up in Germany, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So last time, you probably saw my video because I'm famous and all. Last time we we talked about certain things growing up here in Germany, like TV shows, video games, all that kind of stuff. But I think you might know some more stuff that you want to talk about video game wise and stuff like that. What could that be? Possibly, like, that we forgot last time to mention in the video.
Oh yeah, you and the other guy, right?
Yeah.
Like
Me and the other guy look similar.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. I think I actually thought about that the other day as well, and I made some notes.
Oh, nice. What lucky me. You made notes even. How prepared
yeah,
for
I thought
Hitchhiker.
about like making a similar video in like a couple of years maybe.
So, well, lucky you then as well.
But you know, anyway, I can use it now.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
What did I actually write down? Some TV shows also, like Gummibärenbande, for instance.
A gummy bear band, basically. That's what it's called in German. Gummy bear band. Gummibärenbande. It's a nice show. I also watched only the intro of that one most of the time, because the show itself was okay, I thought, but the song was just amazing in my experience. So
very true.
The best thing about the show. What else do you have on the list there?
DuckTales, yeah.
DuckTales, ooh.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. Here come the Mighty Ducks. Da 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 da. Na na na. The Mighty Ducks. Time for rock and roll and shit like that. Ducks rock.
Speedy Gonzales.
Speedy Gonzales is a cool show. Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Have you watched Captain Planet? Where they fight evil and pollution and stuff like that. I mean, that's basically the same thing, like pollution and evil.
Evil, yeah.
Well, in that show it was, and it was like, how do you go in English? I don't remember. Earth, water, wind, heart, or something like that. Because in English they had heart, Liebe in German, love. They said love, Liebe. But in English they used heart for some reason. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I guess because heart can mean more than just love. It means like well, he's got heart. That dude got heart or something. Passion and everything.
Yeah, it's
like an overall term for that.
It's an organ.
Oh yeah, it's an organ as well. That's true.
I think.
Like the organ, right?
Right. Yeah, that organ. Yeah.
That's the organ. But yeah, what else you got?
So I also have Power Rangers.
Power Rangers is pretty cool. I used to watch the first season, I believe, only. Then they made movies and they made other seasons of that show, I think. But the first one was the one that I grew up with, that I watched most of the time as well.
I think that's about it.
That's about it from last time.
Yeah, I think so.
What other topics we need to talk about today?
Kindergeburtstage.
Ah, the children's birthdays,
Yeah.
because in Germany they're quite different, I suspect, from other countries. So do you want to explain a little bit about your experience with that?
Well, something that I can come up with on the top of my head is Topfschlagen.
Topfschlagen, hitting the pan with like a spatula, like a spoon, a wooden spoon or something like that, a cooking spoon. Basically how that worked. How did it work?
Well, you were like blindfolded and
Kinky.
Klaus Kinky, and you had to find the pot on the floor, I think, and like underneath the pot there was like a gift or something.
Okay.
That the winner should get as a reward. And you had to use a spoon in order to find the pot.
And you had to get on your knees.
And you had to get on your knees to crawl.
Yeah, basically crawl and then try to hit the pan and then find it.
And it might very well be the case that you hit your other players.
Yeah, the other players.
Kids that are playing with you.
Indeed.
Which doesn't give you any bonuses.
No, it's just fun.
It's just fun. Yeah.
It's just fun. It's free kink.
Free slapping.
Yeah, agreed. And well, other stuff that we did there was Stille Post, Silent Post, the game, where you basically, I think like they all sat in a circle or in a row, and then the first person had to come up with a word or sentence, and then had to whisper it to the next person, and then at the end of the line you basically heard what the last one heard, what the last one remembered, or like, so it could be gibberish in the end, because everyone would understand different things, and we played that. Oh, did you guys play the one where you had to fish apples out of water and stuff like that with your mouth?
No, we didn't, but I saw that in some videos, yeah.
Or where you had meal, what's meal in English? Meal, flour? Where you had flour and had to get chocolates and stuff like that out of the flour with your mouth as well.
No.
And then you had the whole face white, basically.
But we played something different with like, we had hand gloves.
Yeah.
And we needed to like cut chocolate, I believe it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I don't really remember the purpose of that game, but it was fun.
You had to cut chocolate with gloves on, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
Not 100% sure why either, but I remember that because it might be harder. Was it working gloves mostly, like big gloves, just
really
to make it more
ones.
difficult? Yeah, just silly games like that, basically. Yeah. Hide and seek, obviously we played, or tag, Ticken. We called it Ticken. Hide and seek.
I only know
tag. Sorry, Tekken is a PlayStation game, but no, you never played tag, really?
I don't know.
We
what
had
that is,
Tick to this, and then
so similar to the Plumpsack.
No, Ticken is where you have to run basically from the other players that are it. And then, well, if the people who are it get you and touch you, then you're it. And then you have to chase after the other player and tick one as well.
It's like an interchanging Pennywise.
What?
You are it.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
That is.
You got it.
Right. Yeah.
That's basically it.
I think so.
You become a horror clown.
Talking about clowns, actually, that leads to the next example I have, because at some point I like celebrate my birthday at McDonald's.
Really?
I really did. And they gave us a tour through the kitchen and all the other rooms they have, which was pretty interesting. So like to see that and how they work and how that actually everything works there. How it's organized. So that was really cool. Yeah.
We never got to do that, but I remember that they had an extra room at McDonald's sometimes for birthday parties. I always saw that from the outside, and so I think 1 or 2 times I saw even kids sit in that, but we never did that really, like my family at least. I would have liked that, because who wouldn't? But like a birthday at Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, I guess. In America, that's what I heard of, that they did that there sometimes, or that people used to do that, or at fast food joints in general and stuff like that. So was that it for the birthdays?
I think so.
I mean, you know, we could also mention that they went for only 3 hours or something like that, from maybe 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. or something, or from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. the most, I would say, maximum. So very, very few hours only. I guess because it is stressful for the parents who have to organize it, right? Who have to host all these kids without their parents. I can imagine. So I agree with that time limit there. That's probably the best thing. And everyone who participated in that birthday party mostly got a little bag full of goodies, like candies and stuff like that. Mostly it was just a paper tissue, or like a fancy paper tissue. I don't know, how do you call that? Serviette, folded up with a little string around them, so you could easily break through the paper and stuff and get to the chocolates.
Get to the chopper!
I heard stories, I have never done that, but of kids who basically plundered the whole bags on a birthday party. They fished out the best part of that little package and ruined it for all the other kids. Like, that is terrible. Like, who would do that?
Oh, by the way, maybe one last thing regarding this topic. I don't think that German kids usually do this or play this game, this typically American game, where you actually have to hit this big thing hanging from the wall, like this
Piñata?
I don't know what's it called. What is it called?
Where candy comes out?
Yeah.
That's a Mexican thing, I think, a tradition.
Mexican, okay.
It's not necessarily something they do for maybe they do it for birthdays. Actually, I'm not sure, but actually, I don't know when they do that. Maybe birthdays.
I thought it was like an American birthday tradition.
I mean, Mexican American, maybe.
Yeah, Mexican American.
Might be.
No. Anyway, we don't really do that in German, so
no, we don't do
in
that
Germany.
In German.
In German.
We don't do that in German.
In German land.
Ja, nein. All right.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Urlaube.
Urlaube, holidays, or little trips, day trips, weekend trips, something that you remember from your childhood. Anything comes to mind for you?
Yeah, we went to the North Sea. So we went there a couple of times. That was really cool. I went to some German islands up there, like Borkum, for instance, Sylt, with the gymnasium I went to.
Okay.
The school, I mean.
Yeah, the gymnasium with the school,
because it's a false friend. That was really cool. Also very expensive, especially on Sylt and in Westerland, which is pretty much like the capital city of the islands.
Okay.
But really, really cool. Yeah, I like the clean air and all that stuff there.
Yeah, I enjoy it as well.
It's really cool.
It's really nice. We went there on a school trip once to Cuxhaven.
Ah, yeah.
Cuxhaven. So will be a American word for all, or like a fantastic word for all the right wingers on my channel. Cuxhaven. That's where all the cucks go.
Their headquarters, right?
Yeah, their headquarters basically. But anyway, it is a nice city. There were like trampolines by the ocean, basically. Like you had them in the floor, like they implemented them into the floor, like surrounded by grass or something, and you could just jump on them and then do other stuff. And they had like a little market going on there. It's a tourist city, so no surprise there. But it was really nice. And but family trip wise, we didn't really do much. We never really flew anywhere because my father had to like care for his parents because they were sick, and his brother is in a wheelchair and all of that, so he basically nursed them himself. Never really went on long holidays because of that.
I mean, neither.
But we went to Bavaria once or twice. I think I remember one time for sure, where we stayed in this little holiday house with a balcony, and it was really nice. You could look up on meadows and stuff like that, little hills and mountains.
Nice.
That was nice, and forests surrounded it as well, I think. And I think we even drove into Austria on a mountain with a car and stuff. That was nice.
So pretty much the contrast region to
where we live
Germany.
here, to where it's all flat and stuff.
Yeah.
True. And we went to Center Parks a lot with family friends as well. It's like a holiday park in the Netherlands, and I think some are in Germany as well, where there are bungalows everywhere, where you can rent a bungalow for you and your family and your friends with multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, and a kitchen and a living room where you can play board games or whatever, a TV mostly as well. And then you could walk to a biodome kind of thing, where they had like a big water park inside with tropical plants and stuff. It was really warm everywhere. It was really nice. They had slides, like a water park basically, saunas and relax areas and all of that, and a shopping center in there and restaurants. So it's really nice. Little sneaky advertisement here, not paid, not sponsored sadly by Center Parks, but I enjoyed it. As a kid especially.
It's pretty much something for the whole family.
Yeah, because family friends brought their kids as well. It's a family holiday park, basically.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
As a concept, yeah.
I like that.
True.
Yeah. Do you have anything else for that?
I think that's about it. I think we went to a farm at some point, which was really cool because I actually drank like pure milk for the first time.
Oh, really?
From a cow, which wasn't like...
straight from the udder.
No, not that. And not that, sadly, but...
sadly.
But I mean, I was really surprised by that because it really tasted like even better, like way better than the milk you get in like a supermarket, for instance. Because it's
fattier.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, they get rid of the fat for the supermarket, I think.
It tasted fresher and...
that makes sense.
More vitalizing.
They're more vitalizing. Oh, that life juice from the cow. Well, it is full of growth hormones and shit, so that makes sense, I guess. Where we went on class trips, I wanted to talk about as well. Multiple ones, like to Berlin, I think we went on a class trip. Went to the Sauerland actually on a class trip once. I don't remember where. I don't really remember what we did there either. It was just nice. I remember forests and hilly regions and stuff like that. So that was cool.
We have a lot of forests in the Sauerland, yeah.
Yeah, we went, when I was in the elementary school, we went to Spiekeroog.
Oh yeah.
Like an island.
Oh yeah.
A German island. So that was really nice as well. I remember that.
We went to Wangerooge.
Quite vividly. Wangerooge is another island. Yeah. So on a class trip as well, or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, that's basically all I can remember. Like I said, we didn't really go on holidays with my family and stuff.
Nope, me neither actually.
Yeah, next topic, what is it?
Lieblingsessen bzw. Lieblingstrinken.
Favorite foods, favorite drinks when growing up. Well, for me, favorite foods, I was an unhealthy kid. Ate lots of fast food, junk food all the time. I'm big on snacks, chips and stuff like that, so I ate that constantly. And you could tell as well, sadly, at some point I got chubbier and chubbier. But I think like the normal foods, it's basically similar to the German standard food that I like now, like Kartoffelbrei, mashed potatoes, sauerkraut, and Kassler or sausages. Kassler is some sort of meat as well. Do you know the English term for Kassler?
Is it like pork meat?
Yeah, I think it's pork, like a loaf of pork. I don't know.
Meatloaf, I think it is. No, meatloaf is
it's different. I'm not sure. I'm gonna show it to you guys if I remember, and tell you the English name in the video. But yeah, that I liked. I love lasagna. Still love it to this day. Yeah. I love chili con carne. It's really yummy. I like that. Yeah, basically anything my mom made, like stews, yummy stews, Eintöpfe. Die Eintöpfe is really yummy as well. And yeah, what about you?
Well, I actually enjoyed mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti? Oh, spaghetti bolognese is amazing.
Exactly that, right?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Miracoli? Yeah.
Miracoli?
Pretty much.
What do you mean Miracoli? The pre-made stuff.
Yeah, no.
Like the sauce that you can just...
Self-made Miracoli, actually, like the noodle with tomato sauce.
But Miracoli is a brand, I think.
I think it's also like a common term for the dish.
Serious?
By now, I think so. I mean, we've always called that Miracoli.
Good marketing, if they manage to do that.
Yeah, true.
Well, we just call it
spaghetti with tomato sauce.
Yeah, basically spaghetti with tomatensauce.
I've always enjoyed fries.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love junk food as well. Fries, pommes.
But also apples.
Ew.
Yeah, but I mostly enjoy like these really green and kind of sour apples.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah. I like both, but
they're really cool. Yeah. That kind of stuff. And also something that doesn't exist today, I don't think, is these yogurts called Frufos.
Ah, yeah, Frufo.
Frufos is pretty much like, they have like UFO in there in the word. Because I think it was like a greenish kind of yogurt. And
they advertised it with aliens, I think, on the logo as well. They were like little aliens. And they had a toy in the middle, right?
Right, that's like the clue. Yeah. They had like a toy in the middle. It's pretty much similar to the Überraschungseier, the Ü-Eier, the famous German ones.
Which are banned in the US.
Yeah, apparently. Sad.
Sad face.
And I really love those. And they actually tasted kind of good, so...
kinda. not really, but kinda.
And also something strange to some extent, strawberry yogurt, for instance, because it really didn't taste like strawberry at all. But it tasted good.
There are no strawberries in there, I don't think.
Yeah.
In that stuff.
Tasted great nonetheless, so...
Oh, you know what else I ate when I was a kid? Milchreis with sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah.
Milk rice is really nice, like a risotto kind of rice, I think it is, with just milk, with milk, I guess, and also, well, cinnamon and sugar, or rote Grütze, like a red berry sauce, like a cranberry kind of sauce, really nice. It was good. Went with that.
Salt sticks, like pretty simple stuff basically,
snacks,
but
which we still eat a lot these days.
Yeah, nowadays I actually prefer salt pretzels, but I don't mind salt sticks either. So
was there something very 80s 90s though that you remember, like maybe like these really sour gums?
The center shocks.
Center shock, for example. Or what else was there? These
these sour tongues
that you could dip into
Sauerzungen,
sour tongues. They looked like tongues or little candies. I think you could make them, wet them and then put them in the dip, in the sour dip.
Do you remember these cola bombs, Cola Kracher?
Cola Kracher, what is it exactly?
It's like a small candy pretty much that is like really strong, has a really strong flavor of Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Really cool. And these UFOs with Brause.
These little, you could eat them, right? They were UFO shaped, but they were really soft and would stick to your gum and stuff like that.
True.
And then they had a sour core.
And talking about Brause, Ahoi Brause.
Yeah.
Different flavors. Like they had these in these little bags, I think. They sold them there. That was really cool. You just put them on your tongue, like directly.
Yeah.
And then you have fun in your mouth. A party going on in your mouth.
It sounds very interesting.
I know. And something else, I think it does exist today as well, is Tender.
Tender?
Tender.
Not Tinder?
No,
Tender.
Not Tinder. Tender.
What is that?
Tender are these, well, how do you... It's pretty much chocolates.
Tenders. Yeah, chocolate. Yeah. What is it though exactly?
Little rolls, not like puns, like rolls in that kind of sense, but
Tender.
It's like.
Well, I can look it up and show you guys if I find it. Then you'll know what it is. Yeah. Also, what I remember vividly a lot was get Coca-Cola bottles and cans from the vending machines. When I was a kid, like for €5, I think. Not euros, D-Mark back then. Deutsche Mark. They had like, I think they cost 5 Deutsche Mark back in the day, like a bottle of Coca-Cola or something. Like I said, very unhealthy kid, but
oh well.
We ate all the chocolates, all the goodies most of the time. And what else? that it?
Bratkartoffeln.
Fried potatoes. Yeah, basically normal stuff that we still enjoy to this day. Most of the things,
pretty
at
much,
least. Yeah. Maybe our viewers have like really significant things that we missed out on. But yeah, what's the next topic?
The next topic is Lieblingsmusik.
Favorite music. Well, I mean, back in the day we listened to terrible stuff sometimes. I listened to way more electronic music as well. Some Blümchen, like Flower, Jasmin Wagner. There were these collective, what's it called? Samplers? The sampler CDs. Were called Bravo Hits or The Dome.
The Dome, yeah.
With all different kinds of pop and electro music, chart music basically on it. So I listened to that kind of stuff. Listened to Eminem actually when I was 14, 15 or something. Yeah. Really like that. Was popular back then. But yeah, I mean, I kind of started getting into rock and metal music as well, but far from what I listened to in, well, my early 20s or something like that. Then I really got into only rock, only metal. These days I don't really care if it's rock, metal, or like as long as the song is good. Could be a pop song, even I don't care. But I mean, mainly still rock, but also a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, same here actually. If it's like a good song, I don't mind which genre it is. So even if it's like country or whatever, like Alison Krauss for instance is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I really got into like the heavier styles of music in 2003, 2004, and before that I actually listened to everything that came on the radio, that was played on the radio.
I remember listening to Pur a lot actually.
Pur,
it's a German band. They were quite popular back in the day. Some songs of theirs were like Abenteuerland, Adventure.
That is a really cool song.
Land, Adventure Country. Oh, hello train. That's your train, I think. Then we need to get to. We have 16 minutes, and then we need to drop Dave off. Pur was popular. Yeah, what else? Rammstein was even popular with my parents. I listened to Rammstein a lot back in the day. I listened to Rammstein because of that, but they listened mainly to Schlager, like the Flippers and stuff like that. And the Waldecker Herzbuben and all that kind of shit. Wildecker, what do I know? I don't listen to that music. But apparently Schlager is also very popular with English speakers sometimes.
Is it?
With American people and English people, yeah, at least some of them. I know that some of my viewers that are into the German language, that learn the German language, really like it for some reason. I guess because it's in a different language. True. It's the same for us. Maybe we like some songs that are really uncool.
Yeah.
Like, I like Nickelback, for example, and they're really hated on by everyone in the English-speaking community. So,
because like it's fancy to hate on them, but they have a couple of cool songs. Also on the latest album, actually. Feed the Machine. Some heavier stuff again.
But yeah, that stuff I kind of got into listening. But I listened to crap music back in the day. Super Ricci.
Last Ketchup.
Last Ketchup.
The Ketchup song.
Or just comedian songs like Otto Walkes.
Yeah.
Did some about Bommelunder Valentines.
Yeah, but like those are evergreens, I'd say.
I guess,
those are really classics by now.
I suppose so.
Nothing to feel sad or bad about.
Yeah, I mean, guilty pleasures a little bit, I guess. But
Otto, no. I don't think so.
Well, no, not Otto, but definitely Super Ricci.
Yeah, Super Ricci, Last Ketchup.
Those are guilty pleasures.
I remember, and I also have, still have the single, the Acerier song, the Last Ketchup song.
Oh, or another song, by
Haiducci.
Haidu.
Yeah. It's like, I think, Romanian band or Hungarian band. I don't
know, but we definitely listened to that as kids or as teenagers, sometimes at least. I mean, it still wasn't cool, it was just funny, I guess.
Back then we had like a show in Germany, like on German music television on Viva, that was called Get the Clip, and you could actually choose from like many different songs, and depending on the number you've called or like you wrote a message to, you would vote a song, and if it gets enough votes, it will be played on TV, the music video. So and that is where I actually got to know a couple of songs back in the day, which was a really cool way to find new music. And something like Dido, for instance, White Flag, that is a song that I remember, and it's still a cool song. And yeah, Yeah, I remember listening to. Do you know Patrick Nuo?
Yeah,
He's like a Swiss
to
pop singer.
Yeah. Or Sasha.
Sasha is actually coming from Soest. Yeah, from Soest. He's from Soest, a town near my home base.
Near home base. In regards to music, I always remember Napster. And eMule and stuff, these trading platforms.
Yeah, I was too young for that actually. Like I didn't really use them. No.
Well, I don't use them anymore, obviously, but back in the day, no one cared really.
Yeah.
The time of online piracy.
Yeah, true. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. Okay, I guess maybe if you guys have any more music from the 80s, 90s that were like your guilty pleasures, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But that should be it for this part. What is there another topic?
Two actually.
Yeah.
But we've tackled one of them before. Spielzeug, toys.
Toys. Well, I mean, I
Lego.
wanted to talk about real toys like Mega, what's it called, Action Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Action Man. Action figurines, basically, or a friend of mine had Masters of the Universe, the He-Man figurines, but I'm not sure if he got them himself or if his brother had them, because I remember that it's more like the generation of my older brother, He-Man. I mean, it was out when I was a kid, but not as popular anymore, I don't think. Transformers were quite popular. We had these little action figurines that you could transform.
Yeah.
Pokemon trading cards or Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
At some point, or Magic, the Gathering.
True.
Other things, Lego obviously was always big. I had a little robot. I don't remember the name of the robot, but you could put a tape in there, like a cassette, and then he would have different buttons for different answers. He was basically a trivia bot, and he would ask you questions and take you on adventures, like through time and space. Do you remember that?
I think I do.
Because we used that one a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember its name, but my friend Sven and I did that a lot. It was really cool. And I don't even know if I still have it or not these days. I might. Not sure where it would be, but that was popular for sure. Or yo-yos. Yo-yos. Really fancy yo-yos.
Yeah.
That would spin when you have them like on the string, like and then you could pull them back up and stuff. That was popular.
And also Diabolos.
Diabolos.
Do you know those?
Those stick things.
With those sticks, and then you had like a little line in between.
Okay.
And you had to hold them high in the air all the time, and you have to catch them, which wasn't all that easy actually.
No, it wasn't.
They were like cylinder shaped. That was cool. And I also had this like these carpets that looked like a town, like with streets and all that. And I could play on that, like with little cars, toy cars, for instance.
Yeah, I guess that is it for the toys segment, just because we don't have much time left.
Yeah.
But what's the last topic that we wanted to talk
audio
about?
plays, Hörspiele.
Audio plays, Hörspiele. Well, I mean, there were lots of great audio plays when I was a kid. Bibi Blocksberg, which is about a little witch. It's a German one for maybe the German learners out there. It's interesting. Benjamin Blümchen is Benjamin Flower. I guess not a little, but an elephant. Who helped out a little boy with tasks and was his friend and stuff.
I wonder if there are like English versions of those, or if it's just like typical German stuff.
I think the Three Detectives is a thing
as
well, die drei Fragezeichen. So it's definitely an English version sometimes. Other popular stuff was Die Fünf Freunde, the Five Friends, or TKKG. The letters stood for each kid's name in the gang.
Right.
Tim or Tarzan, I think. Karl, Gabi, and Klößchen. Klößchen means like little dumpling or something, and like a fat guy basically. That was quite mean, but or Tarzan was the sporty guy, obviously.
Yeah.
So stereotypical a little bit, but still fun. Other ones for more girly thing was Bibi and Tina, which was basically Bibi Blocksberg, the little witch, and they went to this pony farm where they were riding horses and stuff like that, I think, or I don't know. I never listened to that really.
Jan Tenner
was amazing, sci-fi audio play, or Perry Rhodan was really great as well.
Those like audio plays are usually timeless too, because they were of great quality even back in the day.
Yeah.
So, and I think coming back to the Three Investigators real quick, I think they were even like invented in the US, and then they...
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, makes sense because the audio play takes place in the US.
Yeah.
It was not in Germany, I think it was California and stuff like that.
Oh, there were a lot of great things. But like, sadly, you don't really remember all of them vividly, or like as vividly, which is a pity. But only after the video, I think we will like remember certain things that we can come up with right now.
Indeed,
So-
and if you guys have any more tips, let us know in the video comments.
Yeah.
And Dave needs to catch his train now, so thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for joining me, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get German as goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.